Hey friend, come lean in for a second because I want to tell you something that most budgeting experts simply want. You don't need another spreadsheet. You don't need another complex budgeting app. And you definitely don't need more guilt. And if you've ever opened one of those apps, looked at all the red little bars and the 17 different categories, and felt that tightening in your chest. Friend, I want you to know the problem isn't that you're bad with money. The problem is that you've been trying to manage your money without first understanding your life. Think about your day. You're a busy mom. You're excellent at work. You're managing the household. You're the everything for your kids. And in the crux of all that, you're trying to juggle bills, groceries, big dreams, and total exhaustion. No wonder those complicated systems feel overwhelming. They weren't built for a life that looks like yours. And today, I want to help you stop fighting your finances and start leading them with peace, with clarity, and purpose. Alright? We are going to walk through a simple roadmap that actually fits into your real, messy, and beautiful life. But before we dive in, I have a very special Mother's Day gift for you. My Mother's Day special is live right now. When you purchase one coaching session, you'll receive a second one completely free. That's 2 sessions where just you and I sit down to build your personalized money roadmap together. It's my way of making sure you have the support you need to finally feel stable and secure. So go ahead and grab your buy one, get one free sessions at dianagalas.com/coaching. It's dianagalas.com/coaching. All right. Do you have the laundry basket in front of you, or are you settled in your commute? Friend, let's talk about why these apps and spreadsheets are paralyzing you and what we're going to do instead. Get your earbuds in, turn up the volume, and let's dive into today's episode topic. If you're tired of debt calling your choices, bills running your day, and groceries eating your paycheck, and ready to finally live life on your terms, debt-free, guilt-free, and unstoppable, welcome to the Financial Planning Podcast. Hi, I'm Deanna, a mom of 4, creator of the 2-line budget, a believer in big dreams and God-given purpose. I help working moms break free from financial overwhelm, take control of their money, and build the clarity, confidence, and peace you need to make wise financial decisions. Here you'll discover simple and practical financial solutions designed to strengthen your home and build lasting financial stability, and maybe enjoy a weekend escape. Because when money becomes simple, your whole life opens up. And I'm here to show you how. Think about this for a second. Maybe it was just a few nights ago. It's Sunday night. The house is finally quiet because the kids are tucked into bed. You're exhausted, but you're also determined. You sit down, open your laptop, and tell yourself, this is it. This is the month I finally get my money together. So you download a budgeting app, then maybe another one because the first one looked too complicated. Then you open that spreadsheet someone recommended online. And suddenly, you're staring at 20 different categories, percentages, color-coded charts, rules you didn't know existed. And in that moment, instead of feeling empowered, you feel defeated. and you feel behind before you've even typed in a single number. So what do? You do what most of us do. You close the laptop and you tell yourself you'll deal with it later when you have more energy or more time. But friend, I know that when you close that screen, it's not the spreadsheet that hurts. It's quiet, heavy fear that maybe, just maybe, you'll never actually feel financially secure. And I need you to hear this today, friend. Financial peace doesn't begin with perfect numbers. It doesn't begin with a 45-tab spreadsheet. It begins with honesty, simplicity, and most importantly, your leadership. The weight you're feeling isn't because you're failing. It's because you're trying to follow a map that wasn't drawn for the destination you're heading toward. So today, let's throw out the rules that don't fit and start with the truth of where you are. Now, let's get into the first part of our roadmap, and it's the one almost every expert skips. We have to start with reality, not shame. Friend, I want you to hear me clearly on this. Your income is not your identity. You cannot build a peaceful financial life while you're busy fighting the reality of what you currently earn. I see so many women, high-achieving, capable women. They're trying to budget while they're actually in a state of panic or, even worse, deep comparison. The first step to leading your money isn't a calculation. It's an acknowledgement. It's sitting down and saying, this is what my household currently brings in. And we're not judging that number. We're not panicking over it. We are not comparing it to your neighbor or someone influencer on Instagram. We're just acknowledging, this is my foundation. This is the ground I'm standing on. And it's the ground I get to build from. You see, most of us skip this emotional step. We jump straight into restriction. We start telling ourselves all the things we can't buy before we even handle the truth of what we have. But peace, friend, peace has to come first. Think of it like a GPS. The GPS doesn't judge you for being at home when you wanted to be at the beach, right? It just needs to know your starting point so it can show you the way. And when you stop resisting your reality and stop hiding from those numbers in your head, you finally, for the first time, gain the power to lead them. And once you know where you're standing, the path forward becomes much more clear. And the roadmap, it's a lot simpler than you think. And let's talk about how we actually structure that foundation without the 17 categories. Now we move into the heart of the matter. I want you to remember this. Friend, money should support your life. It should never control it. All right? And before you ever touch a calculator or open a spreadsheet, I want you to stop and ask yourself, what do I actually need right now? What would make my life as a working mom a little easier? What truly matters most to my family? All right? Let's do a quick walkthrough of what I call your financial compass. First, we'll look at your needs. These are the non-negotiables. Your housing bill, Your food, utilities, transportation, these aren't just bills, friend. They are the things that provide stability for you and your family. Next, we look at your desires. These are the things like coffee dates, family outings, and building better routines for convenience. But, friend, please don't underestimate the power of rest. It's one of the fundamental needs for your family. Rest needs to be prioritized. It needs to be on your calendar right alongside your biggest meetings. And when we budget for rest, we are budgeting for our sanity. And then we reach for your dreams, like debt freedom. Yes, this is one of your dreams. Then savings for travel. Then home ownership. Maybe you want to open your own business. Yes, it's all possible. Maybe generational wealth, like those investment accounts for your kids. Then here's the big dream: time freedom. I remember when I was where you are, I dreamed of being less money constrained. Yes, but I also desperately dreamed of being less time constrained. And I wanted my hours back. I didn't just dream it, friend. It happened for me. It became my reality because of the simple money method I created. I stopped being a slave to the clock because I started leading my money. And finally, we anchor everything in your values. True financial stability only happens when your values are honored. Values like peace, your family, your faith, your deep inner connection, okay? Your security, your health. Because here's the truth. When your money aligns with your values, budgeting stops feeling like punishment. And instead, it becomes the very thing that protects what you love, what you honor. It stops being a to-do and starts being a yes to the life you've been praying for. So, how do we take all these needs, dreams, and values and make them fit into a busy Tuesday afternoon? We move from the chaos of 17 categories to the simplicity of a macro leadership. Friend, here's where we take the pressure off. I think one reason we get so paralyzed by those apps is because they make us feel like we have to solve the next 5 years of our lives by Tuesday. But I want you to hear me. You don't need a 5-year financial plan tonight, all right? You just need a roadmap for next month. And with the simple money method, we focus on 1 month at a time. And instead of sitting there exhausted asking, how do I fix my entire financial life? Friend, I want you to ask a much better question. What story do I want my money to tell next month? Think about that. If your money were a story, what would the next chapter look like for your family? Let's walk through how to write it. Number 1, look at the facts. What income is actually coming in? Then the non-negotiables. What must be paid? Okay? Then what matters most this month? Is it a birthday? A much needed family rest day? Then what small win would feel amazing for you right now? And what can be simplified? Okay? Let me give you an example of what a success story looks like. It doesn't have to be a promotion or a windfall. Maybe next month's story is simply this: no overdraft fees. Groceries were planned ahead. $50 was tucked into savings. We had one family outing that was completely guilt-free, and I felt peace instead of a panic. Friend, that's success. When you stop trying to fix forever and start leading next month, the paralysis disappears. You realize that you don't need a 45 spreadsheet to stay on track. You just need to know which direction you're headed. So, how do we make this story a reality without the 17 categories of chaos? We keep it to just 2 simple lines. Now, let's get to the part that's actually fun. I want you to create a simple dream board. And I don't mean that this is a fantasy exercise, friend. I mean it as a tool for direction. Because money without vision gets wasted. If you don't know where you're going, you'll spend your hard-earned income on things that don't even matter to you, just because you're tired. But when your future becomes visible, your daily decisions become easy. What should be on your dream board? I want you to close your eyes for a second. Is it a peaceful home with no hidden clutter? Is it those family vacations where you isn't checking your bank app at a dinner? Is it debt freedom? An emergency fund that lets you sleep at night? Or maybe it's a cozy reading corner, a retirement piece, or the ability to be more generous to your church or community. And friend, don't forget about the rest we talked about. Put a picture of a quiet Sunday afternoon on the board. Put it where you can see it. Because when you see the prize, the sacrifice of skipping a random Target run doesn't feel like a loss. It feels like a win. But I want to share a secret with you that many people never talk about. Gratitude and contentment are actually powerful financial foundations. Friend, when you are constantly chasing, comparing yourself to others, and leading from a place of fear, your money will always feel chaotic. Because prosperity grows best in peace. And when you become grateful for the foundation you already have, even if it's small right now, you begin leading your money from peace instead of panic. But hear me clearly, friend. Gratitude alone is not enough. Faith without works is dead. And gratitude without action is just a wish. You also need vision. You need leadership. You need a simple plan you can actually follow. Because money loves to be led. It wants to be directed towards the life you've been praying for. So, let's stop letting the spreadsheets paralyze us. Let's stop letting the apps shame us. Let's lead our money. Let's write a better story for the next month. And let's start building the dream board today. Friend, the fact that you've even listening to this shows that you are ready. You are ready to stop being the manager of the mess and start being the CEO of your home. The one big takeaway, friend, I want you to carry today is this. You don't need a more complicated system. You need a more connected vision. And when your money is connected to your values, the struggle ends and the stewardship begins. So let's summarize the 3 weekly takeaways I want you to have from today's episode. Number 1, stop trying to build the perfect budget and start building your financial starting point. And start building your financial foundation. A simple first step looking into your finances. Number 2, create a 1-month money story. focusing only on the next step, not your entire life, okay? Number 3, give your money a vision. Create your dream board with your goals and values, creating direction for your finances. Friend, if this episode spoke to you, I want to personally invite you into my Mother's Day coaching special. Purchase one coaching session and receive another one free, so we can simplify your finances together and create your personal roadmap toward a peace and stability. Register at dianagalas.com/coaching. It's dianagalas.com/coaching. Because you don't have to figure this out alone. And finally, if this episode gave you that exhale you needed today, please leave a written review on Apple Podcasts. Your reviews tell the algorithm that this message belongs in the ears of other working moms who are drowning in spreadsheets but longing for peace. Because money flows differently when it's led with peace, with purpose, and with clear vision. Because financial freedom is not built from perfection. It's built from consistent leadership. I am glad you joined me today. If this episode lifted some weight off your shoulders, pass that lightness on to another woman who could use it too. Make sure to follow the Financial Planning Podcast so each week you can unwrap simple money strategies helping you design and build financial stability at your home and experience the clarity, peace, and direction your life is craving. You're doing better than you think, truly. Keep going and keep leading your money, not chasing it. Right here, your clarity grows, your confidence builds, and your new financial story begins. One week, one step, one win at a time.